Hey, Saggies, welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into a storytelling for you guys. Sag, because we're in front of the Amethyst backdrop, I just wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about that first. There's lots and lots of different meanings about Amethyst, depending on what culture we come from, what era of time. Once upon a time, they thought of it as being every bit as rare and precious as rubies, emeralds, and diamonds. Then it was discovered that there's a lot more of it on planet Earth than what we thought. And of course, we can also make it in a lab these days. But so it doesn't have the same value as, rubies, emeralds, and diamonds anymore. But it's been used throughout history in lots of different ways. In the Chinese feng shui, they use it for, attracting wealth and abundance. In the ancient Egyptians liked it. They liked it a lot. They also used it. Sometimes pendants have been carved out of it. In medieval times, soldiers and warriors used amulets and pendants as safety and protection and healing energy after times of battle or during battle even. So, and the Greeks actually gave us the name, which is amethystos. So amethyst comes from that word, and it means not drunk. And it's because they used to think that carving like goblets out of amethyst and then drinking wine out of it would somehow prevent drunkenness. So lots of different meanings. And of course, in the more new age version of things, we oftentimes look at it as a connection to spirituality, also a connection to finding our spiritual guides. So I wanted to keep all of that in our minds. And the last thing I want to mention, this is actually quartz. That's what amethyst is. It's quartz that has iron, like a trivalent kind of iron, and irradiation that has turned it purple. So it's really considered like an impurity of iron combined with the irradiation that makes it the purple. Now, if excessive amounts of heat are added, it'll actually turn it shades of greens and yellows. So a lot of the citrine and the yellow quartz that we see, they consider it burnt amethyst. So anyway, I just wanted to mention all that because I thought it was kind of interesting, but let's keep it all in mind as we begin. Lots of alternative ways to look at things and maybe even transformative energies here, and then possibly also a connection to our guides. So Sag, how do we begin? Four of Cups. I feel like, remember, August is special because we get 2 super moons in August, and the second one happens on the 30th. We already had the first one. Super moon means it's closer to us, and so it'll appear brighter and bigger. But the second moon is considered a blue moon because it's literally 2 full moons in a month. That looks like a pretty darn big super moon to me. This Four of Cups starts out with somebody who is lamenting something that they should have done, could have done, didn't do. It's something that maybe was staring them in the face, but it was hidden from view, or will still be hidden from view up until now. Or maybe this denotes that they have 2 opportunities this month to get out of their own way and go take action on something. I feel like somebody is watching this beautiful silhouette. Maybe this is the Sag, and they're like, oh, I'm so bummed out. Why didn't I talk to the Sag? And you know what? It's like, hey, you've got 2 chances this month to not let it be a missed opportunity. If you keep staring at the silhouette of that Sag doesn't even know, they don't know how I feel, then go tell Sag. That's what I would say. Ooh, 4 of Swords. We got 2 4s. That's pretty good. And this 4 of Swords is someone who might be working on just that. You notice the moon is behind them once again. There was some healing that our character had to do. They could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could also be a water sign, but now we also have the 2 of Pentacles here in the reverse. Somebody thinks they wanted to heal something with Sagittarius and they didn't take that action. There's still some silence. They feel like, what I know is neither one of us is talking or was ready to talk. We have the Star, we have the 3 of Cups, Aquarius energy coming in. I feel like this person just might say, I've wanted to talk to Sag for a while to heal this. This is my greatest wish come true. I wanted to do it at the beginning of August and I didn't. So now I'm working on healing, and I'm planning that I have to know what to say, how to say it. By the time that second full moon comes around, I got to be ready. I got to know what I need to say to heal this, to communicate, to open things up, to have it's like somebody wants to have a meeting with Sag. Somebody might have a interesting, like they're clothing that they wear. They have an interesting jacket with interesting lapels, or there's a blend of like a cowboy blended with some kind of old world, like a spaghetti western kind of outfit going on here, but then we mix it with like a European influence. So I don't know if somebody like lives in the West but is of European descent and they have a blend. I'm thinking of somebody who's like got a Spanish or European background, but then they have roots someplace else. There's a they blend old world with new world. They could be quite like if this is a masculine, like I look at this card and I can almost smell like man, like in the best way, you know how like males deodorants are different than women's, it smells like leather though too. It smells like like saddles and things like that. I don't know. There's something very male about that Three of Cups card, both the images, but then I rarely feel like I can almost smell something. It's pleasant, but it comes across as it's a smell of authenticity. Also, you notice how they really want change. We have butterflies on either side here. They really want to heal. This is what this storyline says to me. Now, could this be the Sag feeling all of this? Sure. But somebody had a chance already. They thought a lot about coming forward. They thought Sag doesn't even know how I'm feeling and what I need to say. They don't know what I'm thinking. I need to express it. And then they didn't. But they're realizing it's a good thing that I didn't, because there was some more stuff I got to settle inside of me before I come forward if I want things to turn out with a different outcome. I feel like they view Sag. Somebody could do like, I don't know. I almost want to say like belly dancer kind of costuming here. Somebody could be, or like for Halloween, they've gone as like a high priestess, an Egyptian goddess. There's somebody who's coming across as like a very, very feminine also. Now, I don't read for genders, so just bear that in mind. We all have divine masculine and feminine within us, but obviously I've just mentioned like very like stereotypical imagery of masculines and feminines. So just know how someone presents could be that way. Whether or not they're the actual gender is irrelevant to me. We got a Five of Cups in the reverse. They do not want to mess this one up. And there could be an element of like the whole family. If I don't handle this one right, it's going to be like our whole ancestral lineage that's going to be disappointed. It's not just me going to be disappointed that I didn't work things out with my Sag. It's going to be the whole family lineage right back to the ancestors. It feels like this person is being told over and over again, you know what you want to do. You've got another opportunity. Handle it. Death card in the reverse. This person does not want things ending. Now, they're not really trying to transform things either. They're trying to heal things. With that Death card in the reverse, it's like, please don't let this be over. Please don't let this be over. So what went so wrong? What went so wrong here? We've got a Ten of Swords. Oof, it ended, and it ended ugly. Got an Ace of Cups. A Ten of Swords with an Ace of Cups. All that love just poured out. We got an Ace of Wands in the reverse, and we got a Nine of Pentacles. This went from super big love to absolute collapse. Someone, like in a flash, I'm going to say, they saw Sag lose passion for them, and Sag was instantly like, whoa, I'm single. Thank you very much. I think things ended on a dime, but I still don't understand why. It's like love was spilled over, and instantly Sag lost their interest in this person and said, I'm single. I tap out. Oh, what's the song? Is it Teddy Pendergrass? Looks like another love TKO. We got a Nine of Swords. We got the Four of Swords. Ooh. It was pain and silence. Pain and silence. What? I don't know if there was some terrible misunderstanding or some misstep that this person made, some fumble, but they really bothered Sag. Sag walked away in a flash. Justice card. Yeah, someone wasn't treated right, and an Emperor. Either this person wasn't on the up and up. We don't see lies though, but we do see something unfair, something legally unfair, something. And the emperor can oftentimes be a married individual. It's the only reason I'm suggesting, like, what was it suddenly, like they were, like interested in Sag. They showed up in Sag's life, and then Sag discovered, wait a minute, you're not legally divorced. You mean there's still a legal contract that someone else is carrying your last name right now, and you've got, you own assets together? Like, that is absolute hard no. I'm walking away from that completely. You should have told me that first before you let me develop feelings for you, because you're not single in my eyes, or in the eyes of the court system. You're not single. That's the big thing. That's our story. Please remember, these are fictional stories, but in this one, our Sag is the one who said, this is over, this is done, I don't want anything to do with you. And 5 of Cups in the reverse, and I ain't crying one damn tear over you. This was completely inappropriate, and I lost all passion for you. I can see now why they're pretty stressed out. Why'd they pull that stunt? I don't get it. We've got a Knight of Swords in the reverse, and we got the 10 of Cups in the reverse. Because in their mind, this is a long drawn out, maybe it's a legal battle for them to officially be done with this, but it's been such a miserable experience. Whatever connection they still were legally involved in, it's like, well, this could drag on for 2 years. So what, I have to be single for 2 years? I can't even talk to the Sag for 2 years. I'm miserable with the way things are. I'm not in a 10 of Cups relationship. I may legally still have obligation, but I didn't tell Sag that I still have legal obligations elsewhere, because my heart isn't there, my time isn't being spent there. But it is true, this could take quite a while before things will be totally resolved. And I didn't want to miss a chance with Sag, but it's been a long time since I've known any happiness. Still, I can still see why Sag bounced on this one. Whatever they didn't tell Sag about some other obligation they had, that is why Sag was like a hard no. Close that book. You did me wrong by not telling me and then letting me decide what I wanted to do. You wanted to get my heart involved without telling me the truth of everything about you. That's why that's a no-go zone for this Sag. So will they be able to make it up to the Sag, to heal things with this Sag? Because that's what their whole focal point is. Ace of Pentacles, to start fresh. Yes, how are they going to do that, though? How do they start fresh with Sag after this one? Knight of Cups, slowly. 5 of Swords. Judgment. 7 of Swords. They're going to have to go ahead and A, come in very heartfelt, and B, they're probably going to face the fact that Sag is still not having any of it. I mean, it's Sag saying no. And they're going to probably have to say, but I just want to reconcile. I want to make amends for not having told you. But Sag may still respond with, and what other lies are there? But I also kind of think in this one, this Sag might be hiding behind a little bit of a mask, because I'm wondering if they've wished that this person would do exactly this. I mean, I still feel like Sag is hurt and upset over all this, but got Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This keeps saying that something has to change completely. I'm guessing it's probably whatever their connection is. Page of Pentacles, the Magician, the 6 of Wands. Well, with everything out in the air at this point, if they are truly in a space, remember that Ace of Pentacles is here. If they truly have cut ties with whatever they were having to be an emperor to that they failed to mention, if now they can start on honest footing with the Sag and really build from the ground up, this Sag, I still think Sag is going to withhold some of their, immediate attention and giving energy. But I think piece by piece, little by little, at least according to these cards, I mean, I feel like this person's true wish is to have Sag look at them like, I respect you again. And I think that's what they're going to try to rebuild. That is not going to be rebuilt swiftly. I really think this is very, very delicate territory. What's the message for Sag in all this? I think on one hand, Sag is glad that they're trying to really put the effort in, but I still kind of feel like there's a stern quality to this. The message for Sag is to dive deep and determine, is this person, are they really sincere? Do I really believe that this is my person, and that although things were not handled right, that this is a genuine effort on their part, that I really believe that they didn't, this is not like the way they intend to behave is with, lies and deception. Do I genuinely believe in this person and feel that I'm drawn to them for a reason, and feel that we met for a reason, and that they're still genuinely supposed to be a part of my world? Because that's a High Priestess, Queen of Swords, and the Judgment card. It's almost like the message for Sag is only they can decide this, of course, but in their rawest and realist version of themselves, not what they hope for, not what they're, what's being tainted by the frustration or the hurt energy that they experienced when, they discovered somebody hadn't told them their full situation. Does Sag really think that this can be genuinely reconciled? Do they want to reconcile? This would suggest yes. So if that's the case, then really setting a new tone for truth and genuinely forgiving this person, truly forgiving this person, is going to be tantamount to having this work out. But that's only if Sag feels like they truly can forgive this person. If the answer is no, I'll never trust them, then all it is a handshake. Thank you very much, but I'm using my Queen of Swords energy to say, but you're not welcome back in. And that's how we reconcile it. It's thank you, but no thank you. The other side of this could be if Sag says, I actually do believe that they mean this. This was not the way they intend to treat me, as with lies and deception. Now, instead, I think we can get to a place of real honesty, and they weren't intending to deceive. If that's how Sag feels, then they can have a different kind of reconciliation where they're together again. This, the way this was explained anyway, just based off of those cards, was that this was a situation that was a little bit unique, but still, do they regret not just saying everything right in the beginning, because that messed things up pretty good and proper. And what's the message for them? What's the message for them? Oh boy, got a couple of cards. Sideways, we've got the Hermit's Journey. We got that 10 of Wands. We got the 9 of Cups, and we got the Knight of Pentacles. Basically the message for them is, just know if you're going to be with this Sag, it's going to take time. You don't get to bounce back into tons of happiness, and now you're in this trusting place where the two of you are like, oh, we've laid down all of the burdens. And it also begs this question of this character who wasn't 100% truthful with Sag, is to not think that they need to understand why they played it the way they did, because they do maybe need to still look in the mirror and say, I was being indulgent. I really wanted the Sag. I felt kind of entitled to have something good in my life because I've had something unpleasant. Instead of them taking responsibility, they still have some growing to do, is what this would suggest. So if they have any tendency toward being just a little bit indulgent when they're like, but life has been really hard and I meet this wonderful Sag, and it still is like the universe is saying, but if you want to build something authentic, you have to be authentic all the way. So build it slowly, take whatever time it takes to end things with honor, let Sag know what the whole situation is, take time to get to know the Sag. You don't really have a right to just be indulgent, get what you want, not at the cost of someone else. So they do have some growing to do in that regard. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.